Hey everyone, welcome back to Weather for Weather Geeks. It is Tuesday afternoon, and we've got pretty quiet weather in store for the rest of the day today and into tonight. I'm going to bring up the radar and satellite here, show you what's going on. The radar a little deceiving across northeast parts of the U.S. A lot of this snow is not reaching the ground, especially in more southern latitudes. In fact, let me bring up the latest observations. And anywhere where we have kind of the blue symbols here, that's where the snow is actually reaching the ground. So in parts of northern Michigan, Ontario, upstate New York. But once you're down towards Erie and into the Interstate 80 region in Pennsylvania, aside from a flurry, there's just not much that's actually occurring with this. So that is a little bit of good news there. We don't have snow to worry about. The satellite picture this afternoon, if it will reload, will show clouds around, and easily you can see some snow on the ground, of course, as well. It'd help if I pick the right satellite. Here we go. That helps. You'll see a lot of gray coloring here. Some of this is clouds, especially down in southern Ohio, southern Pennsylvania. That's snow on the ground that's being picked up by the latest visible satellite picture. Zooming out, taking a look at the rest of the country, a lot of clouds down in the deep south today, where we've got our Arctic front causing all sorts of problems. They've had freezing rain for Fat Tuesday down in New Orleans today. It is cold and messy down here. Take a look at how cold it is. It's only 38 degrees in New Orleans right now. So very, very nasty down in the deep south where the Arctic air has penetrated down there. Show you temperatures across the country. If you want warmth, there's only a couple of spots. It's the southern half of Florida, and it's also not bad in western Texas, out into parts of the southwest as well. Phoenix around 70 right now. Palm Springs at a beautiful 75. Rest of the country is just engulfed in this cold air. I mean, these are very unusual readings for March. And of course, we broke record lows last night. At 11 o'clock, it was a couple of degrees below zero, breaking yesterday's record low. And then at midnight, we instantly broke today's record low. Got down to -5 this morning. The old record was +2, so we blew right past that. Of course, it's even colder up in Canada. All right, let's talk about the future and the rest of today and into tonight. We're looking quiet. 24-hour temperature change map here shows where the warm air is starting to kind of build, and that's out across the middle of the country, Texas up through the Midwest, where it's not warm, but it's warmer than yesterday, and a lot of this is starting to come east. Temperatures are rebounding pretty nicely, even stepping outside today. It wasn't bad compared to yesterday when it was a harsh day. Despite the sun yesterday, temperatures really, really struggled. But today's a little more tolerable, and these types of 24-hour temperature change numbers will continue pushing east over the next couple of days. So some moderation is in store. We've been advertising that there's a possibility of maybe some late snow or flurries on Wednesday. I think the chances are getting smaller and smaller as this is going to run into dry air. This is late in the day on Wednesday. Notice this area just sort of shriveling out to the west. So we're going to allow for a small chance of a couple of flurries late tomorrow night. At this point, I would really doubt any accumulating snow occurs. Just too much dry air in the east underneath a dome of high pressure up over upstate New York. So that's Wednesday. Thursday also tranquil. We'll head towards Friday. This is when there's going to be a coastal storm somewhere over the southeast, probably down here. And this certainly, no matter what track it takes, will be too far east for us. So I think Thursday's looking good. Friday's going to be fairly sunny. Temperatures will rebound pretty nicely. Head into the weekend, and there's going to be this week of front slipping in from the north on Saturday. Not much moisture with this, but there could be a rain or a snow shower, I suppose, on Saturday and into Saturday evening. That's going to go away. It's going to be cold Sunday, but otherwise uneventful. And that'll be the theme into next week. I don't see any big storms on the horizon here anytime soon. So we're done with accumulating snow for a while anyway. The harsh cold is easing. It's not a warm pattern, but the harsh cold is starting to ease. Now this is the European model. Total accumulated snowfall for the next 10 days. And it does bring some snow in towards the end of next week. Take that with a big grain of salt, but this just goes to show you how quiet the weather should be for at least a week. That in the course of 10 days, worst case scenario is grand total of 6 inches between now and 10 days from now. And even that's probably a little pessimistic, but stay tuned. We'll keep the forecast updated. Wish I could point to a lot of signs of warmth coming anytime soon, but I just don't see it. Here's the 8 to 16 day temperature anomaly outlook for the country. This looks like the map has looked all winter. Warm in the west, cold in the east. And these green colors on the color bar over here generally correspond to 3 to as much as 6 degrees below average when you look at the 8-day period as a whole. There might be a warm or mild day mixed in somewhere, but when you look at the period as a whole, it should be 3 to as much as 6 degrees below average for the 8 to 16 day period, and the dates on that, that would be the 12th through the 20th, right up to that first day of spring. I hope that beyond that, the pattern starts to change, but not real optimistic that we're going to see a lot of big, large-scale changes through the end of the month. Check out my weather blog posting from this morning on ericwfmj.com for some details on the longer-range outlook. We'll go beyond 8 to 16 days and talk about the real long range and speculate a little bit. I did that on my blog this morning. All right, that's Weather for Weather Geeks on this Tuesday. I'll see you once again tomorrow afternoon. In the meantime, of course, check out 21 News tonight, 6 and 11, of my fresh 7-day forecast, both at 6 and 11. And early risers, you'll catch Jess's forecast tomorrow morning starting at 5 a.m.